Hi friends, my name is Pam. Welcome back to my bookshelf, and today I'm bringing you the books I read in February 2021. This is the month I started my reading bullet journal. I filled out January and February, so I will be referencing some notes I made in here. And maybe at the end of the year I'll make a full video showing all the statistics I'm tracking in here. The first book I read in February 2021 is Blue Lily, Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the third book in the Raven Cycle series, and I was lucky to borrow an ebook from my library. This was my least favorite in the Raven Cycle so far. I didn't like it. I liked some of the twists. I didn't like some of the characters. It was very okay. 3.5 stars is what I gave it on Goodreads. The last thing I'll say for Blue Lily, Lily Blue is that it was one of the 2 books I chose to read for the buzzword prompt for February, which was a color in the title. The next book I read is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. The second book I picked for the buzzword prompt. I had so much fun with this book. Oh my goodness, yes. It was an amazing roller coaster of emotions. This book is about 2 boys, well, they're adults, named Alex and Henry. Henry is the Prince of Wales, and Alex is the first son of the first female president of the United States. And so Alex is the closest thing to royalty in the States, and then Prince Henry is literal royalty. The 2 of them have enemies to lovers, I think, because they really hate each other at the beginning, and then they slowly fall in love, and it was so much fun watching Alex discover his bisexuality. Yay. Overall, this book was really fun and happy, even if there were some tenseful, sad moments sometimes. I had lots of fun reading this book. The characters were interesting to read about, and the ending was full of hope. That was just really nice. I gave Red, White, and Royal Blue 5 stars. The third book I read in February is The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater, and this is the 4th and final book in the Raven Cycle. Once again, I borrowed it from my library on my Kobo, and what a conclusion. I was pretty happy that the loose ends got all tied up. There were some really fun twists, but I still felt everything was kind of rushed. I really enjoyed the action and the tension in this book, and something I felt with the overall series was that the magic rules or whatever kind of went over my head, or I was kind of taken out of the moment by some of the fantasy elements. But overall, of the whole series, the characters bonding together as friends was my favorite aspect. I gave The Raven King 4 stars, and so if you average out all the stars I gave for the 4 books, it comes to this. I will probably reread The Raven Cycle again in the future. Not sure when. I think maybe I lost some of the magic with these books because I borrowed the last 2 from the library and I wasn't reading them physically. So it'll be interesting to get some physical copies and reread and see how I feel about the series then. Maybe I'll love it more reading them as physical books. The 4th book I read in March was The Project by Courtney Summers. Oh my goodness. Yes, just yes. I don't want to say too much about this book because I did make a whole reading vlog for this that I will make sure I have come out before this video so that you can go watch that if you want to know more of my thoughts about this. Overall, this book is about 2 sisters and it was 5 stars. And I annotated my copy and I have lots of sticky notes and lots of thoughts and lots of feelings. This is so good. I really, really enjoyed it. And the 5th and final book I read in February was a reread of Bone Gap by Laura Ruby, but I borrowed the audiobook from my library to reread it, so I didn't physically read it, but I'm just gonna hold up my copy anyway. The narrator for Bone Gap is Dan Bittner, and he's part of the full cast of narrators for Sadie's audiobook that I love so much, and so it was really fun to hear one of those narrators in a different context with different characters. He has a really, really nice voice. I quite enjoyed him. This book is about 2 brothers. A lot of sibling books. Sean and Finn O'Sullivan live in this little town called Bone Gap, and they're just taking their life one day at a time. Until one day, mysteriously, this woman named Rosa appears into their lives, and then suddenly she disappears again. So it's a little bit about what happened to her and about these brothers fixing their relationship a little bit. I really, really love this book. It has some light, weird magic, light, weird fantasy maybe. I'm not sure how to describe it, but it's my perfect level of magic that's unexplained. I don't know if that makes sense, but either way, this is 5 stars. And it was amazing to reread it with the audiobook, but I'd love to physically reread it at some point and annotate my copy. And that's it. That's everything I read in February 2021. What was your favorite book from this stack if you've read any of these? And if you haven't read any of these, tell me in the comments below a book that you read in February. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more bookish content, and I hope you have a great day and happy reading. Bye!